Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the video blog one more time. Hoxton Trent. Guys, been saying this for ages, man. I was meant to be doing the old how to sell on eBay Hoxton style video, man. So just gonna do it now. Just sitting in a hotel at the moment over here in Amsterdam. Just sitting in like kind of a quiet spot, but they're playing some music in the background, so you might hear a little bit of music there. But I was just thinking, obviously after the Christmas, some of you guys might have some items which you've either got and maybe you've got them as gifts and you don't want them no more, or maybe you've got some new items in and you're looking at your old clothes and you're thinking that I'm not even using these anymore. So this is a really good way for you guys to look at some of the clothing that you've got, or look at some items you've got and just basically recycle them and sell them. And get some cash back on any of the clothes that you guys have got. So what I usually do is I get a selection of clothing and I just sell them on eBay, guys. That's what I usually do, and that's a really good way for you to just recoup some money, really, especially if you're going out and you're buying some of these big boy brands like the Stone Island and the Montclair. It's really nice if you can get, like, even if it's 50 quid or 30 quid, 40 quid, 100 quid, 200 quid, whatever it is, it's always good to get some money back, man. It's one of the top things that I do. I always sell some of my old clothing if I'm not using it. Because the thing is, if you buy these clothes, you know, if you spend £300 on an item, it's not just £300 just gone down the drain. It's £300. If you wear the item for a year, you might be able to come back next year and sell it for 250, 200, 150, you know, depending on the item. But the point is, you can get money back. So if you spent 300 on an item, it's not like you're just losing £300 and it's gone down the drain. So that's it, guys. That's why I've done this video, and I thought it'd be really good for some of you guys who have been getting in touch with me and say, mate, how do I sell on eBay? Mate, I'm not really good on selling on eBay, or can you give me some tips on what you do? So this is what this video is about, guys. So what I've done now is I've actually jumped over to my eBay site here, the Hoxton Trend. I've actually got two sites, guys. I've got the Hoxton Trend and I've got It's Jet Set Jones. And the reason why I have two sites is because the Hoxton Trend, I've been limited on that site. eBay really get on my nerves. They limited me. They didn't even tell me why they limited me, so I had to jump on and open one of my older sites that I used back in the day, because I've got no limits on that. So that's where the confusion is, guys, okay? So I've got two sites, but this is the site. I don't really use this one too tough, so don't really shout me on this one, guys. Shout me on It's Jet Set Jones, but I just want to use this one as an example. So guys, the first things first is, if you haven't got an eBay account, the best thing for you to do, guys, is just sign up, man. It's very, very simple to do. All you got to do is sign up to eBay, and then what you have to do as well, if you haven't already done it, is sign up to something called PayPal. Now, PayPal is the way that you get paid via eBay. Just think of PayPal as a middleman between your bank and eBay. They will handle the transactions. And PayPal is good in the way because if you have any, let's say you buy an item from eBay and it's a fake, you can either contact eBay or you can contact PayPal and you can tell them that, look, I've got this item and it's a fake, I need to send it back. And eBay or PayPal will help you out, and you usually get your money back. If you send that fake back to the person, they will handle the money and they'll pay it back to you. So do sign up to both of those, guys. So if you haven't got an account, sign up on one. If you've got one already, guys, then that's great. Don't need to do all that. You can just jump already. Maybe you guys have been selling already. Maybe some of you just use the account for buying, but trust me, man, it's good to get into the habit of selling some of your old bits. And it might even not be clothes. It could be some other stuff as well that you want to sell. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, once you've set up your account, once you've set up your PayPal, you're basically good to go, man. What you'll need to do from there is you'll need to look at what items you got. So let's say you've got a Stone Island top or Stone Island jacket, Montclair, whatever it is, Burberry. You've got an item and you're thinking, right, I want to sell it. First things, what I do, for example, if it's me, if it's a Montclair jacket and I spent £500, what I do is I look at that, and let's say, for example, I've got a Montclair Maya, okay, most popular jacket I've been asked for this season by far. So Montclair Maya, we go on here, so we can have a look and see what's out there. So I've got a Montclair Maya, I want to sell it, and I want to see what else is out there. So we can see there's not really too many Montclair Mayas there, guys, as you can see. This one's a fake. This one's a fake. These two look genuine, but I need to look at them more. But yeah, so many fakes out there, guys, so you really got to be careful. So anyway, what you can do is that if it's a Montclair Maya, you just type in Montclair Maya here. and you can go to sold listings. I've showed you this before. Down here on the left, you go to sold listings, click on that, and you can see what items have been sold. So we can see here now, this one was sold for $250, this one was sold for $295, this one was sold for $650. So we can kind of see what prices people have been spending on Moncler Myers. Now, you can see stuff's been going. Look, this one went for $425. So you kind of got to judge it up. You got to look at the condition of your item. Is it still in good condition? Have you got receipts? Have you got anything to prove that the item's authentic? All these things will help you to make a decision on the price. So if for example, I bought a Moncler Meyer and they're about $675 now. I think they've even gone up to $750. Yeah, about $650, $700. So for me, let's say I had it for a year, I might put it up for $440. But that's just me. I will put up for $440. Some people can put up for $400, some people $350. So it really depends. If you want a quicker sale, you will go for a more towards the $350 mark. If you're happy to wait, like I do, for the right customer, then you can put it higher for like $440. But remember guys, if you're gonna put it up for $440, make sure your item is in a good condition. If it's not really too much in a good condition, let's say the cartoon logo's coming off, or there might be a defect, or there's a problem with the zip, always mention it in the description guys, and you might have to be a bit honest and lower the price down a little bit, okay? And if you're not too sure about how much you think you should list, just jump onto eBay, man, and do a little bit of research. See if you can find an item that's similar to yours and find out how much you sold it for, okay? So that's the description. What you can do here is you can simply just go over to, if you click on sell, which is right at the top over here, there's a sell button here, you click on sell at the top of the links, bam, we should be able to start getting ready. So this is the section for how you sell. So here you can just type it in here, Moncler Meyer, bam. So here you can put in Moncler Meyer. So this is what I do guys. One of the first tips is when you're making your description, it's very important because this is how you're going to instill confidence on people. This is the first thing people are looking at. So for me, I would do something like this. I would go Moncler Meyer ski jacket. I'll put the size, let's say it's a size 3, and you put there M. After that you can just go, what I always do is I put the price of the item. I want people to know how much was this item originally. So I think it's around that price, $680. So I put $680, and I might put here mint condition, if it is mint. If it's not mint condition, I'll just leave it out. And guys, if it's a newer jacket with the QR code, then put there QR code 2014. When did you buy it? 2014. If your jacket is too old, like 2011, I would just leave it out. But if it's something that's a bit newer, then yeah, put it there so people will know. If it hasn't got the QR code, you can put 30 logo. And you know, this is the same thing for Stone Island or True Religion. If it's got a 30 logo, always try to put stuff that will show people it is a real item, because there's so many fakes out there, man. And if you don't let people know that your item is 100% genuine, they're gonna have a tough time knowing, especially if you haven't got much of a feedback for yourself on eBay. So here you can see you got conditions, put in there used, bam. Now it's asking for photos, guys. Very, very important. So for pictures, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to quickly show you one of my pictures over on the Jet Set Jones site. Right, bam, here we go, guys. So Moncler Caesar I've got. Here we go, this one here. And if you look at my pictures, they're not the greatest pictures in the world, but they're by no means the worst picture in the world. What I want to do is just highlight the items, put as much pictures as I can. It's really important to try and get as much pictures as you can, guys, so that people know that, yeah, you know, the more pictures you show them, the more confidence that you instill in people. Especially if you can show things like the zip features, like you can see there. If you can show things like the 30 logo, you can see there. You can show them the patch as well, so they know what's going on with the patch. That's definitely worth doing. So look over at my description. You can see here, men's Moncler Caesar ski puffer jacket, size 3, and I've let them know how much it was originally. Autumn winter 2013. The Moncler, so here's my description here. So I give a little description, how much I paid, where I got the item from. You can see here I've said comes with the 30 logo, authentication serial. All zips are Lampo, all press studs are Fiocchi. 100% polyamide, matte finish. So you hit here, I'm giving as much detail as I can about the item. I'm letting them know about any authentications, any zips, as much as I can to let people know that you know about the product and you know that your product is genuine. I use a software called, what's it called? Garage Sale, guys. You can download a software called Garage Sale. I think it is free. I downloaded mine and I got a free version. I'm not sure if it's still free. You might have to check. But this software is really, really easy because it sets it out in a nice template, as you can see here. So all this stuff here was done by the software. It's really easy to use. You just connect it to your account and you can start listing very, very easily. But it allows you to put the pictures in the description as well, which I think is a really good thing because you can see nice big pictures there, which is really good. So that's that one, guys. So once you've got your pictures, once you've got your description, you are good to basically list your item. Make sure you fill in everything correctly. You put in all the sizing descriptions here. Make sure to try and put the chest size in of the item, or if it's a waist. If it's a jeans, you put the waist size and the length. The more information you put, the more people are going to be confident and they're going to know that this guy knows about his item. So yeah, once you've done your description, once you've set yourself some really good pictures, and guys, there's some pictures out there which are just terrible. And the thing is, if you don't use good pictures, you're not going to get good money for your items. Let me just look at it, show you an example of people that have used really poor pictures and have not got good money for their items. Let's have a look. You know, if you're selling an item, you want as much as you can. Fake. That's a fake. Seen so many people use pictures which they've got a genuine item but they just haven't used real pictures. So it's really hard to spot. I mean, look at this gilet here. Look at this gilet. Let me just see if it's real first. Right, let's have a butcher's at this. Right, look at this one, guys. This is a prime example right here. This is a prime example right here. This is a genuine Moncler gilet. Okay, I'm looking at it now. I can see straight away it's a genuine. Let me just double check. Looking at this badge. Yep, that's a genuine badge. That's a genuine item right there. Look how much this went for, guys. Look how much this went for. 86.10. Something like this, for me, I'd probably sell that for 110, 120, maybe even 130, maybe even 140. I might sell this item if it's in a good nick. Now let's just see the description. Great condition, purchase Harvey Nichols, 345, size 4, sold multiple designs. See, look at this guy. So he's got a genuine item here. It says it's in great condition, so we will assume that it is. He's bought it from Harvey Nichols. Maybe he's got a proof of receipt or something. Look, he's got the 30 logo. Great. Done everything right, but look at the first picture that he's used. That's the first picture that he's used. So when people are browsing on eBay, this is what they're gonna see. He, unfortunately, on this occasion, he hasn't sold this right, because look how much he sold it for. I mean, that's great for people who are looking for the deals, and if you've seen my deals videos on eBay, this is the type of stuff you want to look for. You want to look for these guys who haven't done a great job in... The listing was great, but the picture, he made an error. And he only got £86.10. So he hasn't even got enough to take his girl out for a kebab in London. What a shame. But had he have done... do you know what? Had he have just used this picture right here, and maybe if he didn't do it as an auction, I bet you he would have got about 130, 140 quid. He would have made an extra 60, 70 quid on top of what he on what he already made. So that's that. So yeah, good pictures and making sure you're using a really good first picture, very, very key, guys. Very, very key. Right, so that's it. So now once you have done your pictures, you add your pictures in here, you put the chest size, look, all the details it's taking you through, put your description in there. You then need to decide, do I go for auction or do I go for fixed price? Guys, this is a question that people always ask me, and this is how I do it. If I've got an item, there's only two reasons I would do an auction. The first reason I would do an auction is if I want a super quick sale and I'm not overly fussed about how much money I get. Auction. Or if I've got a super rare item and I just want it, I know it's going to get high bids. Let's say, for example, a Moncler Maya. Then I would do it on auction for 10 days. And I might get quite a bit of money for it. So that's the only reason why I do auctions, but I rarely do auctions, guys. I rarely do auctions unless it's stuff like the more lower end designers, stuff like Levi's or Lee, which is, you know, there's so much of that stuff on eBay that it might not fetch a high price. I would just quickly put that on auction. I just want it to go quickly. I would always go for fixed price, guys. I always go for fixed price because I want to get as much money as I can for the item. That's just me. If I've spent £650 for an item, why am I going to let it go for less than £350 when I've got a £650 item and I know it's in good condition and genuine? So I would put it up on a fixed price listing, and I would just wait, because I always believe that you got to wait for the right person to come along. Not everyone's going to be your right person. A lot of people are going to be saying, mate, I've got items up for £440. I've got people saying, mate, can you do it for £100, mate? Mate, can you do it for £120? And I'm like, sorry, bro, you might need to find another eBayer, because I'm not that guy that's going to let it go for silly money. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've hooked up so many people with deals in the past. Sometimes I do, just depends on my mood. But more time, I'm going to try and get as much as I can. So that's that. So guys, if you can wait for the right person, if you're not in a huge rush, I will put it under fixed price. If you need it to go, if you need to take your girl out for a kebab ASAP because she's hassling you, put it on auction for like 7 to 10 days. And another thing with the auction is, always make sure the auction finishes at a time when a lot of people are going to be at home using the internet. That's going to be Sunday, usually all day, or Monday to Friday after 7 PM or after 8 PM. Try to get your auctions to finish on those times, because that's the time when the most people are going to be at home, chilling at home, looking to make bids. If you've got an item up, and I've seen this time and time again, auctions finishing at 2 AM, 12 noon, 1 PM in the afternoon on like a Saturday, no one's around on their computer then, everyone's busy. Chances are you're not going to get big boy cheese for it, okay? So that's the tip on that one, guys. Once you've listed your item, once you've got your item up and running, let's take this Stone Island one for example. Once you've listed it, bam, leave it up, guys. Leave it up there and wait for the questions to roll in. And as soon as the questions roll in, guys, you've got to be able to answer people quickly and answer all their questions, because they're going to say things like, mate, is it genuine? Mate, how do I know your item's genuine? I don't trust anyone. You know, Hoxton Trend says I've got to be careful, so I can't trust you. How do I know it's real? And just answer questions, guys. If people are looking for authentication, then why not send them a screenshot of the QR code where you go through the authentication and it says genuine. Go through the process, get the proof to show them that it's genuine. And on the messages section on eBay, you can even send pictures now on the messages, so you can be sending people stuff to show them that it's genuine. But here you can clearly see I've got the Certi logo there, I've got the badge, I've got everything there. Bam. So yeah, deal with people's questions, guys. People are going to ask you about sizing. People are going to ask you, oh mate, can I have that for 250, 260, 270? And to be honest with you, a lot of the time, some people will just come up and say, mate, I'll give you 290 for that. And I will go, that's great, I will accept that. But what I would do is I would take that transaction, I would tell them to pay me straight to my PayPal. And the reason why I do that, guys, is because the fees on eBay, I ain't gonna lie, man, they're quite expensive. So for me, selling this item here for $330, eBay are gonna take 33 plus your postage, so £33, £336.50. They're gonna take about £37 fees from me. To be honest with you, I would rather take that £30 off there and give the customer the discount rather than give it to eBay. That's just me personally. Shouldn't really be saying that, but you know what? Their fees are just absolutely ridiculous. And on top of that, when you get paid by PayPal, they also take like 5%. So for £336, they're probably going to take about 10 quid or 12 quid or something like that. So my fees are going to be something like nearly £48, man. For a £330 item, that's a lot. And don't forget, I still got to post it, so that means I've got to spend about £10 on next day's special postage. So your cost can build up quite a lot, guys. So if you're confident enough for someone to pay you via PayPal directly, then do that. You do have protection on the PayPal. I'm going to come into all of that stuff in a second. Otherwise, if you're not really confident and you're new to eBay, I would suggest that you just stick to transactions inside eBay, because you've got a lot more protection with eBay and PayPal at the same time. So if you're a newbie, stick to eBay only. Don't go outside. If you had a bit of experience on eBay and you're a bit more confident, you can take transactions outside. Now be careful guys, because eBay do not like you to go do that. It's against their policy, but you know what? They're too expensive. Lower your fees and people like me wouldn't do that. Simple as that. Okay, right, moving on to the next one. So the next thing is, what happens if someone says, right, bam, they buy the item, they click buy it now. So someone's bought this, your Stone Island body warmer. Great, you're super excited. You've just got 340 quid for your item. Check the address on eBay. Check the buyer's address on eBay, and go onto PayPal and check the address on PayPal. Make sure the two addresses match. If the addresses do not match, do not send the item. And I'll tell you why. If the person buys the item and the address on eBay is one address and the address on PayPal is another address, let's say you sent the item to the address on eBay. Great, everything's fine, you've done your job. Person's paid the money, you've packed it up nicely, you sent it off with special recorded delivery. They've now sent that over to the person on their eBay address. Person receives their item. Now, the scam here is that people that do that, sometimes they will go over to PayPal and they will say this person has sent it to another address. They didn't send it to my address, because your PayPal address, the PayPal address says something else. So they will open a case on PayPal, and when PayPal check the address on the PayPal account and see that you did not send it to that address, potentially, because it's happened to me before, potentially PayPal could give the money back to that person, and they will end up with an item and the money back, and you will be left out. So beware with that, guys. That happened to me one time. I was really pissed off. I wanted to strangle someone. Good thing Mr. Hacksaw had to hold me back. So always check that the addresses on both eBay and PayPal are correct. The second thing you should do, guys, is if the item costs over £150, always send it via special delivery next day recorded. That's what I do. It's the safest way to send items, in my opinion. Plus you get £500 cover if the item gets lost. If you send by first class recorded, second class recorded, they can go missing. They can go missing, and you're only covered up to £30. The special delivery is very, very well protected. It gets there the next day, and they take that very seriously. So a lot of businesses, legal firms, all these firms that have really, really important documents, they usually either send by courier or next day special delivery, because they know it's really safe. So I do recommend that, guys. Plus, if you use next day special delivery, you have the tracking number on there. You have proof that you've sent that, and you keep that tracking number, so if there's any problems you can always recall on that tracking number. Okay, so that's that. Those are the two main points that I want you guys to remember. So the other thing you got to be aware of, guys, is scams, man. There's so many scammers on eBay. There's scammers that are trying to buy from you. There are scammers trying to sell from you. Typically, anyone that's trying to do a transaction outside of eBay, or trying to force you to, I don't know, they say they want to send money to your, I don't know, Western Union or something like that, to only accept funds going to PayPal. If you're confident enough to meet someone, then go and meet someone, guys. Maybe you want to bring a friend with you to go and meet them. Maybe you want to meet them in a super public place, like in a McDonald's or somewhere where there's going to be lots of people. Ideally, try to go with someone and try to go in a public place so lots of people are around, because you've got to be careful. You never know, man. You never know. But ideally, if you're not confident to do that, that's absolutely fine. These are very expensive items. You never know who's who. Just say, sorry mate, can't do that. I've been really busy this week. I would just prefer to post. Okay? So just beware of that, guys. Yeah, that's that one. So what else have we got? That's it really, guys. That's my top tips right there, man. That's that. And beware of scammers, man. Beware of people saying, oh, I want to meet up at this place, or I want to send money to Western Union, or I want to send money to your PayPal but sent it to this address and it doesn't match. Be very wary, guys. If you're not too sure about stuff, you're not confident, just go through eBay directly. Don't go outside. So guys, that's it, man. I hope that was helpful for you. That's kind of Hoxton's tips on how to sell on eBay. That's what I do anyway. I hope that was clear and I haven't left anything out. But as always, if you've got any questions, if you're not sure, you're stuck, or someone's tried to scam you on PayPal, because lots of you send me messages saying, oh, Hoxton, man, someone scammed me, man, what can I do? And I always try to help out. Just send your messages through, guys, and I will try my best to give you a hand, okay? So bam, that's that for now, guys. I'm in Amsterdam right now. Going to be doing another video. I'm going to try and do a 250 bills challenge, so that's going to be up real soon, okay? So guys, I will catch you lot in a bit. Peace out.